Welcome, folks, once again to our channel. We have an exciting broadcast today. It's the 9th of February 2017. Thank you for coming to the smartest, most active, and one of the largest audiences in the world. Thank you. Humanity is on the verge of extinction. As a race of people, our planet is on the verge of huge changes that could lead either to extinction of the human race or the coming together to embrace the changes we're now seeing. These elites in the New World Order need to be swept away like bad rubbish. Those involved in Pizzagate need to be locked up or terminated without delay. There can be no more delay. What we're seeing is happening now. Muslims need to be sent back to the Middle East where they can build water pipelines to water their deserts and then thrive on their new farmlands. They do not integrate. They need to leave this country and all of Europe, and they need to make their homeland a homeland paradise. Since their leaders are too corrupt to do this, then others need to take their place. This New World Order needs to be changed. Illegal aliens need to immediately have their welfare terminated and Social Security and be sent home immediately. And those who have committed crimes need to be sent to labor camps either here or in their country of origin. There is no more time to play games. There's no more liberal, feely-goody stuff. It's over. The pipeline from North Dakota needs to be completed immediately, and U.S. Russian crude needs to be sold to cut off Middle East from selling oil. No money, no wars. That needs to end immediately. There can be no delays. The weather modification programs need to be turned over to someone with good intentions, is what is happening now with the weather. The economy and the social order is under massive changes. If someone stands in the way of using the HARP program for the betterment of humanity, they need to be swept away like bad rubbish. Killed or put in a labor camp. There's no more time. Space Command, you darn well better assist in this matter, as your planet is in jeopardy. You have no other planets. You've been contained. There is the necessity now for intervention. There can be no delay, or you will be held accountable by the living God. Already you've been contained. What do you think's coming next? A party? You will assist us in purging this planet of these stink balls. As for what's happening this very day, the weather is going nuts as magnetic protection around the earth is breaking down, causing huge crop failures. What we see here is huge fires in Chile. We see in Australia the hottest temperatures ever recorded right in this region. We see in the northern hemisphere the coldest temperatures ever recorded in these regions. We see in Siberia the coldest temperatures recorded here. This is causing huge crop failures, especially in the United States and in Europe as it freezes. And the Gulf Stream, which normally went from the Gulf Stream to warm Europe, the Gulf is filling up with oil, and it's no longer happening, so Europe is freezing and raining out. Heat records are being broken, cold records are being broken. It's the coldest it has been in Yellowknife, Canada, that they have ever recorded. In New Jersey, just a few days ago, we read an article where it was 60 degrees, everybody was out in the sun in shorts, and then 4 hours later it snowed 6 inches. The crust is shifting. Here we see the worst fires in Chile's history. We're not going to go through this, but Chile is on fire. Chile is here. It's on fire. Huge fires. We need to pray that they get rain to put those fires out. We need to come together as a planet. The crust is shifting. What you're about to see, this is the sun blacked out. Look at this. These are sunspots blasting from the sun. We're getting hit with blast after blast after blast as the magnetic field begins to break down. Now, we're going to come together or cease to exist. Oh, there may be some humans left on the planet. The Earth's crust is shifting. We're going to show you about 2 seconds of a video. This is the bow of a ship. That wave was measured at 62 feet, but the video says 100-foot high wave. What you're seeing is the North Atlantic. If this doesn't scare the heck out of you, nothing will. That's the bow of a ship. Enough. You get the point. The crust is shifting left and right. That was not created, absolutely not created by wind. The crust is shifting, and as it shifts, that wave is coming up and over the top of ships. It's becoming harder and harder to go fishing. In addition, 40 volcanoes are going off all at once around the Earth's crust. This was just reported in May of last year. 40 volcanoes, we've never seen that. Unbelievable. We have a friend who's been living on Vashon Island, a local island, ever since he was a kid, and now he's 65 or 66. The ocean is 2 feet higher than it was when he was a child. In addition, the islands of Palau, which is a nation, it's an independent nation, are being covered up by rising oceans. Images of islands of Palau going underwater. The islands threatened by climate change. Climate change brings new wrinkle to life on Palau's island. That was brought up to George Bush Jr.'s attention during a dinner when the president of Palau sat next to Bush, and he said, "What are you going to do about our sinking islands?" And Bush just laughed. He just laughed. People are losing their farmland, and Bush laughed. And it's becoming harder and harder to fish there. Unbelievable. We see the economic collapse. 45 years of absolute insanity using fiat money as we went off the gold standard. Worldwide. And no one's listening to God on how to fix it. They don't seem to care. Even the Vatican Bank's church bank, Deutsche Bank. They've been the Vatican Bank's church for, since the Holy Roman Empire organized almost 1,000 years ago. Even they're getting harassed. Of course, they're under a curse from God that started the 25th of November of 2014. We showed the facts on this video channel. They're just too stupid to change. And they're not likely to get smart. These elites, as we speak, are planning to destabilize America by conducting the following raids. Now, we're going to go on here and show you. They sent a message to Trump while he was running for office when he took off in his plane and he had engine troubles and he had to land a few minutes later. That was a warning to Trump. He told him to go jump in a lake. Here we see France. Here's Paris. There's apparently a train, a magnetic underground train that goes from Paris to London to DC. And on that train, there's a little sidetrack that goes to this region of France. That's all we're going to say. That region of France is a large underground base. Now, what are they doing in that large underground base? These elites, some people in NATO are planning to try and shoot Trump on the 6th of March. These same elites are going to try to shoot Trump 3 times using NGO organizations currently located in Moscow. President Putin, number 2, keep your head down because they're going to try to openly shoot you in public. They've reached a point where they don't care. You need to arrest them. You need to not worry about public opinion. You need to arrest them. These same NATO idiots under Chartres and Le Mans section of France are, as you read this, garnishing briefcases filled with U.S. cash, attempting to scour the areas of Belarus and Ukraine and north and south of Belarus and Ukraine, the former Soviet Union, to buy 17 nuclear weapons and rebuild them. Their goal is 25. They want to torch off 6 European capitals and 12 American cities to start World War III. They need to be contained immediately. Their kickoff date is the 16th of April. Unbelievable. Putin, keep your head down for 32 days. This is all the information I can get from where I'm currently living. Sorry. As a side note, we see huge crop failures worldwide, thus indicating, as a side note, a funny haha, as this cold air now moves down into our area and begins to freeze us, we're going to see cigar crop failures. Cigar prices are going to go up. Look, folks, don't expect any help from your alien buddies. According to this book, which I just finished reading, which is a fabulous book, and I recommend everybody read it. It's called, it's here. I've just read 4 books. It's called The Emerald Doorway, written by Scott Lemrial. If you read The Emerald Doorway, you'll realize that there will not be any alien assistance. They watched as Lemuria and Atlantis sank. They could have changed it, but they watched. They basically had a picnic. There was no intervention from our alien buddies. Do not expect to be taken up in a flying saucer and saved. But why Hollywood has not taken The Emerald Doorway and made a movie out of it is beyond me. All they can keep doing is pushing Star Wars and Star Trek. The public is sick of it. How many USS Enterprises can you have? How many Captain Kirks can you have? My God, there must be 10 of them. It's insane. They've gone stupid in Hollywood. Too bad Hollywood doesn't make a movie out of the Emerald Doorway. What can we do as the little people, like Hillary called us? Realize the ability to grow food in caves is failing. Their underground food crop growth is failing. We have the technology to fix it using massive amounts of copper wire, and they'll never guess how to use it, but to heck with the elites. We starve, they starve. Second, realize that if these NATO elites start the war, planet Earth will cease to exist and the fallen angels will be held accountable immediately on that day. End of story. You done, fallen angels. You who run the United Nations are done. Third, realize many of the elite bases are gone, and many more will be destroyed until they learn to cooperate with humanity. The underground base under Denver is gone. The cloning facility under Camp David is gone. More have gone in the last few weeks. Fourth, if you are to save in something solid like gold and silver and cans of food that last 25 years. We're going to introduce a new gold seller, I think, on Saturday or Sunday. 5, please pray that these in charge begin to bring marginal land into production using the formula given in the video, The Cure for Tree Diseases. We can bring marginal land into production. We can feed the world 10 times over. Well, maybe 5 times over. Most importantly, pray. Pray that these satanic elite Nazis in this new world order either repent and change or are arrested immediately and placed in the custody for the rest of their lives. Time is up. The world changes begin today. Either we come together as a human race or we face utter and complete extinction. Those who oppose freedom and liberty to allow us to prepare for what's coming need to be either changed or contained. And the truth about planet Earth and what is going on with the sun must be exposed immediately. There's no time left. Learn to cook with food that lasts 25 years in a way that saves money and you do not get sick. The nutrition in freeze-dried food is enormous. I spoke with a family that smokes last night and they stopped eating seaweed and both of them got cancer and they both smoke. 2 packs of Winston cigarettes a day for a month cost between $400 and $450, depending on what state you live in. That's enough money to buy enough Immucist, Citricare, and seaweed to cure their cancer for a year. Folks, it's about choices. Do we turn to God or do we not turn to God? Do we come together as a nation? Do we spend time praying about this? It's about our choices now. But the weather is changing now. The winds are changing. Between HARP and what they're doing to us, the winds are changing. We need to come together and pray that here we no longer see the Gulf Stream going up there. We see weather manipulation, and we see the Gulf Stream just contained right here. It's not going anywhere. Folks, we want to thank you for coming. God bless to each and every one of you. We talk about what you want to talk about, not what I want to talk about or anybody else. This is your channel. We thank you for coming. I thank you for coming. God bless to each and every one of you. Thank you. Until tomorrow, God bless.